Hello and welcome to Back in the Day Gamer. Here we discuss many games, past, present, and future. Today we're going to discuss 4 Contras. The original, the arcade version. Super Contra Arcade. Hardcore Contra. And Low Corpse. Let's begin. Lance and Bill, or Jimbo and Sully, I can't remember. So yeah, this is the original, unless there was something else in the past. 1987, 1988, I don't remember the time that we got it. The reason why I uploaded the arcade version is because I haven't beat this game. I beat the home NES version so many times with my brother and friends. Just a normal thing to do. 30 men, or after a while, 3. It took us a while to beat it, maybe a year or 2. It's a classic. Sorry, you have to bear with me, I have a cold. This video, I'll let you enjoy some music, tunes, and talk about some of the gameplay, design. So you can see like the different graphical design of the guns differ from each other. Of course, he looks like an actual moving person rather than a blob from the NES version. Glob of meat and muscle, shirtless. I guess he's got a tank top here. And the music right a little bit. And he actually has a flip that looks like a flip. 80s drum. So yeah, it takes me back to being a kid, 8 or 9 years old, playing this game. And my muscle memory is, or whatever, finger memory is still there. Got the guitar, the synth guitar. But we spent way too much time on this game. I don't know if you need the map or the timer. I mean, it's not like you're gonna get lost here. That would be a different Contra game. If you took a wrong turn in this basement, probably a bit more difficult. First time I encountered this was the 90s. I went to the arcade and I saw that the Contra was there. And I just wanted to show off my skills on the NES version. I was like, yeah, people are gonna see how good I am with this NES version of Contra. Putting the quarter in, start. It looked different. Like, wait a second, is this the arcade version? Never knew there was an arcade version of the original Contra. Easy to die in these arcade versions. It's just a mess. The design is meant to just suck up your quarters. But luckily, we have a company called Digital Eclipse who remasters and reproduces a lot of these old classics on consoles, the Xbox or PlayStation. I think others maybe on the computer and such. You can check out their website, Digital Eclipse. I got this on my Xbox 360, just sitting in the hard drive. I was like, oh, I gotta beat this eventually. As well as Super Contra, because that game, it's just a nostalgic reminder. It's like, oh, such a quarter sucker. But here, I've beaten this game so many times, and the reason why I hit the folder here, it's the original where it started. Plus, I wanted to see how the graphics stood up to the test of time from the arcade version, and what was different. It all looks fairly same, but it's just, you know, of course, better graphics from an 8-bit system console. Waterfall area. The rocks probably always be slippery. Well, obviously it's a video game platformer. A rock moving in the air, side to side, which is pretty bizarre. Not sure why any alien horde would want that to be the case. It's like, oh, he's not gonna... Those moving rocks on the waterfall are gonna trip him up. What looks like a perfect place to jump. Yeah, these games are hard, man. They're meant to be hard. They're meant to suck your quarters up. Played a bunch of times, I'm sure you're good at it. But I'm not going to beat this here today. So for my videos, I usually do follow-up videos. The first one, kind of like an introduction to some games of the past, or some ones I'm might have interest in, or give you a little nostalgic overview, or something of the game design and gameplay I find interesting, or maybe I just found the game interesting. This is more classic and nostalgia, with some gameplay, run and gun style. Another map that's directing you in the right way. Fantasy purposes, I guess. Of course, everyone knows these games are by Konami. Goes without say if you're a gamer. Oh, that was a nice little explosion. Double up on the points. If you were gaming back then, mid 80s, late 80s to 90s, early 90s, then it was all about the points. You get 1-ups from extra points. Some games probably love it today, I'm sure. So it's pretty much the same game. The NS version captured a lot of similar qualities. This is the best gun for this boss, by the way. I'm probably not going to lose it though. So yeah, on the second video, it'll probably be, or the follow-up video of the Contras. 4 Contras. I'll probably show some that I've beaten or gotten further, but most likely I'll beat them and give a final perspective on the game. Dun, 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 dun. It's in my memory, I can't help it. I heard that continued theme for a long time. Hard boss. Snowfield level. My brother and I, when we first got to this stage when we were younger, it was like hardly ever could beat the damn thing. And we had this big fight over like the laser area. We just messed each other up so bad. It took years to just get that thing down, or work together as a team. It was almost impossible. See right here, you're supposed to get a gun. In these arcade versions, you should probably have a gun. If you don't, you gotta really jam your thumb on that. Not too bad. It can explode with that gun, but you gotta be quick. Whoa. Didn't catch me there. Got lucky. And that was that. So I think in the classic version, this was a boss, but it's not the boss here. Interesting view of the galaxy. I don't really know the Contra story. I mean, I know it, but I mean, are they on Earth? I can't remember if they're on Earth here, but I think they are on Earth. Hybrid Earth. Like, I don't know if like Red Falcon's team like had all this time to just, you know, workshop laser field area. Or like the burning gas, natural gas or alien gas. I don't know, fueling something. So these workers, track stars, like they look like cross country like runners. We never really, well, they have guns, I guess. I suppose they're just running towards us. Famous like death sound rang through our minds so many times. Wow! Wow! This laser is pretty cool. Or was cool. That was the last I did of it. It had this sort of like repetitious up close shot where you can just keep pressing. It was like, or a long laser shot. So throughout the Contras, there's various styles of the laser gun. This one was one of the better ones. And this is it. This is the farthest I've gotten here in this game. I'll come back with the follow-up to see how far I get afterwards. Obviously, you're going to have to save the gun. Now it's time for the Super Contra Arcade.
What is this? Keep your eyes peeled.
I've seen this beginning so much when we were younger. In the intro, we were just in the like pizza store or whatever. I think it was a hoagie store or something. We didn't have any quarters, but we would just watch the game play out. Intro scenes and such. So yeah, we wasted so much money on here. It was ridiculous. Like way too much money. I think my friend was pretty convinced like a few times. He's like, oh, today's gonna be the day we're gonna beat it. That was never the day, man. Never the day. I think the farthest we've got was like the jungle when we thought we got far. Like, there's still a lot more stuff to do with that game. It's so crazy. So, it's good to get good at all the weapons, to understand how they work. This was actually turned out to be one of my favorite guns. Just wrecks house pretty quickly. You have the spread, typical. But what I didn't know, even in back in the day, is that you can upgrade your gun by simply getting it again. And I thought that was pretty cool. Is it a machine gun or a missile gun? I don't know what that is, but it's just firing rapidly. But as you can see, just like the previous game, each gun has a different graphical design. But I think it's a nice little touch of replay value too. And the fact that you can upgrade them is a nice little touch for replay value. And as you can see, this is an upgraded missile gun or machine gun. Look how fast it's going. Things just super. I had no idea if there's a third upgrade. Maybe in the follow-up I'll try to do a third upgrade of a gun just to do it that way, but it's so hard to keep a gun in this game. Looks like a sine wave as I'm shooting there. The only game where you gotta, well, not the only game, there's plenty of games, but the jumping flip shoot. Who jumps and flips and shoots? Only in this hybrid universe. Fantasyland. So here we have the laser from Super Contra. It looks like a thunderbolt. It doesn't have that rapid fire up close, like not fully ejected from the nozzle. But still, a different graphical design. You can see how the tip of the gun is like lights up. It's pretty neat. So I have to try and keep this gun here in this section because I know in the second base level that's coming up has a laser right there. So I want to showcase the upgraded laser gun. Or level 2 of the laser gun. You'll see that in Hard Corps Uprising, which I'll showcase I think after this, where they have the upgrades of the weapons. And Rogue Corps also does. This is a nice touch that they went back and saw. I was like, that's pretty cool. So I mean, this was a taste of getting something graphical in our way, and we decided the arcade was the best bet. Like, NES was cool, but we're like, it was so cool to see the graphics, so at the time it was great. So this is, oh yeah, the upgraded laser. I had to stop because I was like, yes, I got it. So I paused it, and here we go. Look at that. It's like a giant thunderbolt now. The thing is like, it takes like 5 hits from, or it's like a collection of hits that it starts and then bring, 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 it's done. I have no idea if there's a third upgrade. See if I can try and figure that out for the next video. The follow-up. So this also reminds me of a game back in the day that I'll probably try and beat, which is hard as nails. Smash TV. And Zombies Ate My Neighbors. The bird's eye view. Stuff was just really hard, man. I think they had like 99 levels or 150 levels. I can't remember, but I was like, this is ridiculous. But play this long enough, you might actually get good at Smash TV. If anyone remembers the controls of Smash TV in the arcade, it was just like 2 joysticks. I think with 2 joysticks with 1 button, or I can't remember. It was a really hard game to control. So, try it out with the laser. It's such a powerful gun, and they upgraded that you can get away with being more agile instead of at a loss. But I think I lost it anyway. And here you see the spread with the graphical change in the bird's eye view of this like 3-shot cannon thing. Like a shotgun, like a 3-nozzle shotgun. I guess that's kind of the purpose of a shotgun anyway, kind of like this spread. So yeah, extremely easy to die. But what I guess the graphics here interest me is the fact that when you die, it's like you fall down. So it sort of gives the illusion that you kind of just got hit. But you did lose a life, but you're just like, oh, well, sometimes you get back up. If you don't have to continue, the graphics will just get you back up. So I've scored really high points on this game. I saw no 1-up. So I thought that was pretty cheesy. I was like, oh, come on. Maybe it was just an NES thing. Like the NES back in the day had this NES Advantage on their Nintendo Power magazines, where it would be the back of the magazine. And players would post their points in certain games. Or I don't know if they had like a challenge, like what's your highest score that you can score on this? But yeah, most of the time people have like 9999999. So there's no way you can compete. Or I guess it depends on how quick you sent it in. And they had a whole thing on like how you were supposed to take a picture of the TV to get it just right. It was wild. It was fun. I mean, good times, classic times, like video game magazines. We loved it when they came in the mail. Yeah, we wasted so many quarters on this boss, it's ridiculous. I mean, $10 between my friend and I alone was probably wasted on just that first and second level. We were not the best game players back then. Too young. Here's the jungle area, it's pretty cool. one of my favorite guns. It's like a grenade launcher. Well, that does look like it has like the cocking gauge of a shotgun on that last gun. Blam blam blam. It's a pretty hype game, which is kind of cool in that run and gun style back in the day. And yeah, like as I was saying, like NES had the 8-bit graphics, which is fun, but it didn't really have that awesomeness of you could have gotten here in the arcade. And the only time that we experienced that is when the Super Nintendo came out. We were just so amazed by the 16-bit graphics and art, the character design and level design. I mean, Contra the Alien Wars really satisfied that. We were just so amazed, like, whoa, this is so cool. Oh yeah. The big bad music. This is the stuff that you wanted to see, the cool alien stuff that you never could have enough quarters around to see it. Like, you weren't working at the age of 9 or 10. Come on. You had to borrow money from your parents, unless you did like some chores or something. And they paid you for that. But I'm going to reverse that and show you the level 2 of the spread. So you can see the thing is shooting like 5 spread bullets now, or laser beam, or whatever, circular ballish sphere laser beam. Thing wrecks house. If you save those guns, man, you're just good to go in this game. But that's the thing, is just, you still gotta have some evasion and smarts to really beat it. There's no 30 lives or cheat code. It's just digital eclipse. I think the highest they give you was 7. Unless that was just the arcade game itself. I thought that was fair. I was like, hey, that means I must have put in that much money for quarters, so we're good. Thank you, Digital Eclipse, for bringing this nostalgia back, so I could beat it. This bucket list of gaming of mine. Yeah, they do a pretty good job. Well, on Digital Eclipse, they'll remaster some of the music and the sounds, and it sounds so, what they call it, like psychoacoustic. It's just in your face, but it's not necessarily louder. It's just every touch and like wavelength is just enhanced. Get that full-on experience of sort of stereo quality. They do also have a graphical enhancement, which I may showcase next time. I didn't do that here, but I just wanted to feel the original, just for nostalgic purposes. So this is inside the belly of the beast, a little HR Giger. Only a few of you will know that name, maybe many of you. HR Giger better not play this game, he might come with a lawsuit. No. I don't even know if he died. He passed away. He might still be alive. And here is the big bad boss. If you had Super Nintendo for the NES, I don't know if this was the final boss or not. So there's a strategy to beating him here, but I think that's Red Falcon. He's just like, I'm out. And there we go. That's the end of Super Contra. But right now, I'm gonna take that up a little notch and we're gonna rock and roll. Or just rock. Get rock. Let's rock. I'm gonna let this one ride out. Speak only about it at the end. Enjoy the rock. Just let it rock.
Give me a break.
This
Super
character.
machine gun.
She's so cute.
Warning. 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 Not too much. Tired of killing.
here I wanted to showcase the laser gun here. Amazing use of the laser gun here for a Contra game.
Come with me.
Cute, isn't she? Nice design of the characters. Great animation with it, yeah. I'll talk about it in the a little later into the segment.
Mission start. Snipers. It's not my time. Warning. Warning. Not again.
Little rain section. Pretty neat.
Warning. Warning. Warning.
That's some slick.
There we have it. Pretty neat, right? A lot of stuff was really cool. Animation is pretty top notch, and I think it's because it comes from an anime studio. Or even that beginning animation was probably from Studio 4 Degrees C animation. As I look further, you can even check out the credits in the game, and it shows you who did the animation. But the character design, I think, is by the person who did Guilty Gear. Let's see if I can remember the name. Let's see, what's the name? What's the name? Daisuke Ishiwatara. He's also like the composer. So I think he did a lot of metal tracks. I don't know if he's the composer of it all, but I think if you think of that Guilty Gear style, you think of just that character design. It's somewhat similar here too. And that sort of like rocking metal style. It's pretty cool. It's also, I mean, the developers are Arc System Works. They've been around in business for a long time. They've done a lot of things, and you can check them out on the website. I'll post up a lot of links So right here we're just, you know, leveling up. You'll find the same thing in the next Contra that I'll showcase. But it creates a replay value here. I mean, it helps you like beat the game. So you can come back like super powered. Another element of game grind. I didn't even know what that term was or that phrase was. So I looked it up and I was like, game grind, what's that? I was like, oh, I know exactly what that is. I was doing that before I even heard of the term. First game I've done that on was a game called Dragon Warrior in the 80s. It's like I found it always impossible to beat that game, so I was just like, you know what, let me just walk around killing enemies, it seems like I get more experience. And that was it. Like I beat like the last boss in 2 hits, and I was like, man, I maxed out the level of experience points I was supposed to get. Classic times, classic times. One last.
Warning. Warning. Warning.
You look charged.
Oh yeah.
Your target's nearby. Be careful.
Here we have the Contra Rogue Corpse. Konami Digital Entertainment, Toy Logic. This one is kind of a slow burn. It'll take a little time to get used to the controls. There's 4 characters to play with that are wild looking. It's just out of this world. It's like the cyberpunk almost meets crazy cyborg creature sci-fi thing going on here. Sci-fi horror. I mean, the sound effects are pretty amazing. Stereo surround and panning, and it's pretty cool. It's ingenious. Like this in Contra Hardcore Uprising, if you get good at the controls, it just like the gameplay just upgrades itself in a sense, because you're having a blast of a time. But it is a learning curve there, so don't expect to get good right away. And you have to upgrade your weapons to like experience points. So it also has a game grind element there. It's almost like a Contra RPG in a sense. We have a boss, a different character, which is a panda bear. Ah, yeah, I was supposed to throw that, but you can't throw stuff. And that was the wrong direction. You get a lot of super moves. I think you can even upgrade them. Upgrade yourself, upgrade your armor, upgrade all that stuff. I'll show a little video of the slowdown. Here we go. I think these bosses, they have like this huge amount of hit points. Yeah, it reminds me of like some Dark Horse comic artwork.
Hey, that fucker has something cool. Smash and grab time.
So the narrator is a pilot, always like part of your mission. She's the more normal looking character in the game. everyone else is like a hybrid human or animal or something other. Oh, that's what it reminds me of. This boss reminds me of like the Baron from Dune. See, like the old Dune, like where Sting was his brother. Yeah. That was an upgrade of a spread shot, if you noticed. The graphics are neat, and the 3D styles and the perspective changes a lot.
You don't want to get crushed.
And that's just like something out of, if you were bad and you went to hell, like this is where you'd be. This is a laser gun. Interesting. You can change guns, but I decided whatever gun the character came with, I decided to get good at it with that character. The landmines. You can upgrade your aiming styles. He's a weird robot character. Well, that was Contra real quick little action. I'm not going to show you the full thing, but I'll come back on the follow-up. We're just going to chill out with some cool tunes for the rest of the video. Talk a little bit more. Chill down time from Rockin' Rockin'. Here you just upgrade on these your surgeons and stuff. Choose one or whatever. I guess a nice little touch. I know it's asking a lot for animation and design here. It would be neat if you actually saw the surgery or something along those lines, but it has this sort of game element of like magic happens, like bloop, 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 and you got a new brain and you got a new part or new eyes. So there's an element of like replay value there that could be added if it followed through a little bit more in that sense. This dude is looking weird. So there's many other Contras out there. I mean, these are the ones I decided to play. I think there's another just Xbox or PlayStation. They have another download for like a Contra collection. There are some that I'd like to play from like nostalgia, but these ones I found to be a little more interesting in my personal interest. Oh yeah, chill down time, take a relax. You gotta love that music. So you can check out the credits for each game. You see the artworks of each game, past artists. I think Moby Games is the site. I think that's what it is. You can look up a lot of credentials to see like what other games they've done. I've done it for many people, like game music I've liked, or graphics that I've liked, or different designs of gameplay. So see if they have similar production quality on the other games that they do. So, I will follow up with For Contras Part 2. I don't know if I'll call it Part 2, it'll just be a follow up on how I played the games fully, beat them. I might have already beaten Super Contra as I explained, but the other ones I haven't. I mean, this is going to take a long time to beat this one. There's a lot of details to it. And Hardcore Uprising, it just seems like such a high evolving game for a run and go. Amazing though. Oh yeah, jazzy style. I'm feeling it. Or is that even jazz? Peace out, guys. Peace out. Till next time.